Axis of the Flame Phoenix, a tale where steam meets sorcery, and destiny burns anew. When the skies are veiled in violet smoke, when the gears of fate grind louder than thunder, and when forgotten souls begin to stir beneath the brass-bound sky, a legend is reborn. In a world where time is measured by cogs and heartbeats, where jade crystals pulse with ancient warmth, and flames remember the faces of those long lost, two lives will meet. Two flames will test the storm. She is a mind of machinery with a golden core glowing deep within. She is a warrior of fire, her sword humming with memory and myth. They are bound not by blood, but by something older and stronger. Across cityscapes burning with steam, beneath skies lit by fire and aurora, a journey begins of sacrifice, secrets, and a love that may defy the axis of fate itself. So, are you ready? Arabella Gingerie, your magical gear storyteller, is here. Let the gears turn, let the phoenix rise, and step with me now into the story. Chapter 1. Dreams shrouded in delirium smoke. Once upon a time, long ago, when the sun cast copper-gold rays through the thick, smoky veil of the mechanical metropolis, Zhengyu, the thunderous roar of steam engines played a symphony of tragedy, like music from the underworld. Here stood a city where ancient Chinese beauty merged with Victorian technology in the most peculiar way. Jade-green pagoda towers wrapped in enormous brass pipes, sending steam spiraling skyward like white dragons coiling against the twilight heavens.
Ling Xian, meaning spirit thread, was a 23-year-old woman, a genius inventor of the mechanical metropolis, resting peacefully in her small workshop. Surrounding her were blueprints of steam cores, various mechanical components, and ancient books recording the wisdom of Shuzheng, the arts of Steam-Sorcery. Her lustrous black hair was bound with a brass gear-shaped hairpin. Beneath her pale skin lay muscles strengthened by hard work, and her deep brown eyes gleamed with sharp intelligence. A thunderous explosion echoed from the east. Ling Xian startled awake. Her hand grasped the steam-protective goggles hanging beside her desk. Warning sirens wailed throughout the city. The dark mechanical army had invaded. She rushed to the tower balcony, witnessing a terrifying sight. Swarms of colossal black mechanical golems, powered by Hun Yin, stolen souls, were marching toward the eastern city gates. Purple-black flames burst from their eyes, destroying everything in their path with mad fury.
Master Ling, are you here? Came the urgent voice of Mei Lin, her apprentice. There's a stranger who urgently needs to see you. She says she knows how to stop those dark mechanical demons. Ling Xian turned to see the figure of a young woman in strange armor. This was the beginning of the first encounter between her and Feng Huang Phoenix, the mysterious warrior clad in emerald jade armor adorned with golden gears, her long flame-red hair dancing like living fire.
Chapter 2. Iron Blossoms Blooming in Flames.
I am Feng Huang, descended from the Tianfeng clan, guardians of the ancient kingdom. Her voice was deep, yet strangely gentle, golden amber eyes gazing at Ling Xian with unfathomable intensity. I know that in this world, you are the only one who can help me stop the Ash Emperor. Ling Xian continued staring at Feng Huang's armor in fascination. It was craftsmanship more exquisite than anything she'd ever seen. Emerald jade carved thin as dragonfly wings, integrated with golden mechanisms so complex they seemed alive. The Ash Emperor? Ling Xian inquired with puzzled curiosity. The nobleman Li Jian, who was once one of the kingdom's guardians, Feng Huang replied, her voice tinged with sorrow. He discovered the secrets of Hunyin and used it to create these dark mechanical armies. He wants to transform the entire world into a mechanical kingdom free from pain by stealing everyone's souls. Every human soul.
But boom! Another explosion rang out, this time much closer. Ling Xian looked out the window to see the city's mechanical soldiers fighting desperately. Their weapons barely damaged the giant golems, causing terrible casualties among the troops. Some bodies mangled beyond recognition, utterly heartbreaking. I need your help, right now. The crimson-haired woman stepped closer, her leather-gloved hand gently pressing on Ling Xian's shoulder, with strange, indescribable feelings hidden within. I know you've developed Jindan, the golden core that can resist the power of Hunyin. Ling Xian jolted in shock, the genius's eyes widening, struggling to find words, because this was a secret she'd never told anyone. Research she'd conducted for years to find ways to resist the dark power spreading across the land.
How do you know this? Feng Huang smiled sadly before whispering, because I've been watching you for a long time. Longer than you could ever imagine, dear one. Before Ling Xian could ask anything more, the door burst open. Zhang Yi, the elderly female commander of the city's mechanical forces, rushed in urgently. Her steam armor bore scratches and burn marks, clearly indicating the approaching doom. Master Ling! We must evacuate immediately. The eastern defense line has fallen. Her voice stopped abruptly upon seeing Feng Huang, her aged eyes widening in shock. You are... Yes, I am Feng Huang of the Tianfeng clan. Feng Huang turned toward Zhang Yi, and I've come here seeking help. The elderly commander looked confused, glancing between Feng Huang and Ling Xian before sighing deeply. Well then, you must hurry. I have a steam airship hidden in the underground dock, but what? Ling Xian asked immediately. It requires a golden core as fuel. This time, Zhang Yi looked at Ling Xian seriously, and I know you have one.
Chapter 3. Fireflowers in the Grey Sky. The Steam Skyline train airship named Xian Long, Celestial Dragon, soared into the sky from the underground dock amid the roar of engines. Its gleaming copper hull reflected the fires from the city being consumed to near destruction. Ling Xian stood swaying in the control room, hands steadily gripping the controls, while the crimson-haired Feng Huang stood beside her, her jade armor glowing with beautiful blue-green light like precious gems. Where must we go? Ling Xian inquired, trying not to meet Feng Huang's golden gaze that was fixed upon her. Yulin Tower, in the heart of the glass desert, Feng Huang answered. That's the Ash Emperor's stronghold, and there we'll discover the whole truth. The airship sailed through the night sky amid beautiful starlight, but what appeared below were the ruins of various cities completely destroyed by the dark mechanical armies. Ling Xian felt her heart heavy with sorrow. You look sad, dear one, Feng Huang spoke, moving closer until Ling Xian caught the gentle, sweet fragrance of plum blossoms clinging to her armor. I just feel so worthless, Ling Xian whispered. I created the golden core to protect people, but ended up using it to escape. How pathetic. You're not escaping at all. Feng Huang raised her hand to gently caress Ling Xian's cheek, the warmth from her palm making Ling Xian tremble.
Remember this. You're going to stop evil at its source. You're no coward. Their eyes met. Feng Huang's amber-jeweled gaze reflected Ling Xian's warm, walnut-coloured eyes. In that moment, the world around them seemed to stop, with only the hearts of two women beating rapidly like the rhythm of the steam engine's festive dance.
Feng Huang,
Ling Xian spoke with a trembling voice.
we just met, but I feel
Like we've known each other for a long time. Feng Huang smiled mysteriously, her eyes clearly indicating hidden secrets. Perhaps we have met in a previous life.
Before the conversation could continue, warning alarms sounded. Flocks of mechanical pteranodon-like blackbirds swooped in maniacally, their iron beaks spewing deep purple flames madly. "Watch out!" Feng Huang drew her jade sword from its sheath. The blade glowed beautiful emerald light, like sapphire. She leaped onto the airship's roof, the sword dancing in wide arcs, green light clashing violently with purple flames in an instant, creating rainbow fire flowers in the sky of the dead. The black-haired woman frantically ran to the steam cannon mounted on the airship's side. She quickly loaded the golden core into the barrel, aiming at the mechanical bird flock. "Feng Huang!" "Duck!" She pulled the trigger. Golden light shot forth, destroying dozens of mechanical birds, but countless more followed like ravens competing for moving corpses in the celestial realm. Feng Huang spun in midair. Her jade armor transformed into emerald wings. The crimson-haired woman soared through the heavens with her jade sword, slashing the blade, rising alone to battle the crazed mechanical flock. Her image was as beautiful as an oil painting of the legendary phoenix.
So beautiful,
Xian murmured inadvertently, her brown gem-like eyes reflecting Feng Huang's sparkling image, overflowing with countless emotions. Before startling back to her senses, the battle raged fiercely. Finally, Feng Huang dealt with the last mechanical bird. She glided down gracefully, but one leg bore wounds from combat. "You're injured!" Ling Xian rushed to support her. "Just minor scratches." Feng Huang tried to smile, but her face was clearly pale. Ling Xian led Feng Huang into the airship's rest cabin. She carefully removed Feng Huang's armor, revealing a body covered with countless battle scars. "How long have you been fighting?" Ling Xian asked with a trembling voice while treating the crimson woman's wounds. "Long enough to forget what normal life is like," the crimson woman whispered back. "But meeting you, I feel like I've seen light again." The different colored eyes of the two met once more. This time, Ling Xian didn't look away. She leaned closer to the reddened face until she could feel Feng Huang's warm breath. "Ling Xian," Feng Huang whispered near her ear. "I have a secret I must tell you." But before she could continue, the train shook violently. They had reached the glass desert, and waiting ahead was Yulin Tower standing majestically amid a sandstorm, surrounded by countless dark mechanical armies.
Chapter 4, Castle in the Stone Storm. Yulin Tower stood majestically amid the glass desert that sparkled like millions of crystals. The tower soared sky-high, built from jet-black metal that absorbed all light. Around it, enormous steam pipes spiraled upward like giant serpents, purple smoke billowing from the tower's peak, spreading across the sky. "That is," Ling Xian gasped. "The soul extraction device," Feng Huang answered with obvious tension. "Li Jian uses it to absorb people's souls to create those dark mechanical armies."
The airship hid behind nearby rocky mountains, concealed from view by high stone cliffs. Ling Xian peered through binoculars, seeing the tower entrance guarded by hundreds of giant robots, most fearsome to behold. "How can we get in?" Mei Lin asked worriedly. "There's a secret passage." Feng Huang pointed to the tower's base. "Old steam drainage pipes. We can infiltrate if we're clever enough." Zhang Yi shook her head in refusal. "It's too dangerous. If we're caught, it's over." "That's why I said if we're clever enough. And we have no choice left." Feng Huang spoke curtly, and at that moment, Ling Xian made her decision in this critical hour. "Everyone listen. Every minute that passes, more people get their souls absorbed. We can't wait any longer. If this is the last path..." She turned to look at Feng Huang with unwavering determination, overflowing with indescribable confidence. "I'll go with you myself." "No, it's dangerous." Feng Huang tried to dissuade her, as if not wanting Ling Xian to go. "You need the golden core to destroy the soul extraction device, right?" Ling Xian smiled mischievously, like a clever young woman teasingly playing. "And let me tell you, I'm the only person in the world who knows how to use it." Suddenly, the crimson woman gazed thoughtfully at the black-haired lady for a moment, before nodding in confident acceptance. "If that's so, we'll go together."
Both secretly crept into the steam drainage pipes at sunset. The heat and steam made breathing difficult, but they continued forward. Ling Xian used her special tools to open passages through various traps, while Feng Huang watched for dangers. Strangely, the two women who had never met worked together remarkably well, as if they'd been connected for ages, longer than any chronicle could remember. After 2 hours of crawling through pipes, they reached the main engine room. What they saw left both visitors to the Forbidden Land stunned. At the room's centre stood a massive altar made of black metal. Upon it sat an enormous purple crystal, pulsing like a heartbeat. Around the crystal, thousands of souls were trapped in forbidden glass capsules, crying out in agonizing pain that was hauntingly sorrowful beyond measure. And most importantly, before the altar stood a man in black mechanical armor. His long silver hair fluttered, his handsome face filled with deep sorrow. "Li Jian," Feng Huang whispered upon seeing him. The man of the tower turned toward them, his blood-red eyes filled with indescribable anguish. "Feng Huang, finally you've come, and brought the person I needed." "What? What do you mean?" Ling Xian jolted upon hearing this. Li Jian smiled sadly. "Master Ling Xian, creator of the Golden Core, I've been waiting for you for so long." He raised his hand. Mechanisms around the room activated. The entrance and exit doors were sealed shut instantly. "You planned this cruel scheme from the beginning," Feng Huang shouted loudly, her jade sword glowing brilliant like an emerald sun. "Yes," Li Jian nodded. "I released news about the soul extraction device, knowing you'd seek out whoever created the Golden Core and bring her to me." "Why?" Ling Xian inquired. "What do you want?" Li Jian looked at the purple crystal. "Do you see those souls? One of them is Liu Yu, my beloved," he continued with a trembling voice. "She died from plague 3 years ago. I tried every possible..."
Feng Huang lunged to shield Ling Xian, her crimson hair flowing like silk threads. She used her jade sword to deflect Li Jian's evil power, but the impact sent her crashing violently into the wall. "Feng Huang!" Ling Xian saw this and immediately ran to support her. I'm fine. Feng Huang tried to stand, but blood flowed from the corner of her mouth alarmingly. Enough! Ling Xian shouted. She pulled the golden core from her belt. Li Jian, I know you're in pain. I've felt pain too. But this isn't the way.
Then what is the way you speak of?
Li Jian asked immediately, tears streaming down his cheeks.
You felt pain like mine? Tell me, have you ever lost someone you loved?
The black-haired genius inventor heard this and fell silent. She was looking at the injured Feng Huang, understanding Li Jian's feelings to some degree. I understand. I have lost so much, she spoke clearly. But resurrection isn't the answer. The person you love will never return to be the same. Chapter 5, Falling Star in the Moonless Night.
What would someone like you know? Li Jian roared loudly,
Purple power exploding around him madly.
I'm so close to success. I just need your golden core to make the resurrection perfect.
He attacked ferociously. Mechanisms around the room transformed into various weapons. Steam bullets, spinning blades, electric whips. Everything surged toward Ling Xian and Feng Huang mercilessly. Feng Huang rose to fight again, her jade armor transforming into a shield, protecting Ling Xian, while the sword in her hand parried Li Jian's weapons. Ling Xian! Use the golden core to destroy the crystal! Feng Huang shouted. But Ling Xian hesitated. She looked at the souls trapped in capsules. If she destroyed the crystal, what would happen to those souls?
Don't hesitate,
Feng Huang shouted again loudly.
Trust me.
At that moment, the room's door was blasted open. Zhang Yi burst in with mechanical soldiers. Master Ling! We'll help! The battle raged fiercely throughout the building. Zhang Yi and soldiers fought the golems Li Jian summoned, while Feng Huang battled Li Jian one-on-one with neither yielding.
Feng Huang,
Li Jian spoke while the clash continued.
Do you know why I knew all your plans?
Feng Huang froze.
Because Liu Yu is your sister.
What? Feng Huang was stunned, eyes widening, the sword in her hand trembling. Li Jian used this opportunity to attack, his iron claws tearing Feng Huang's jade armor to pieces, fresh blood splattering everywhere, even onto the genius inventor's face and glasses.
No!
Ling Xian screamed mournfully, feeling as if stabbed by thousands of needles in every atom of her heart with indescribable pain. She immediately ran to support Feng Huang, who collapsed before her. Liu Yu, my sister, the crimson-haired woman murmured despite her severe injuries, tears flowing down her cheeks sadly. I thought she disappeared because of pirates. Didn't know that.
In that confusion, the black-haired genius Ling Xian seized the opportunity. She immediately leaped onto the altar, raising the golden core high.
I'm sorry, Li Jian, she whispered. But sometimes, letting go is true love. Let her find peace.
She pressed the golden core onto the crystal. Instantly, golden power exploded outward. Chapter 6, Phoenix Rising at Dawn. The golden core's power clashed with the purple crystal, creating a massive explosion. Amber and amethyst light burst throughout the room. The trapped souls began escaping their mundane capsules.
floating like thousands of night butterflies in one night. No! No! Li Jian tried to stop it, but it was too late. Liu Yu's soul floated toward Feng Huang, her face showing a gentle smile, raising her hand to caress her sister's cheek.
Sister Huang, thank you.
Her voice echoed in everyone's minds.
I'm free now.
Feng Huang cried out, sobbing.
I'm sorry. I couldn't protect you. No, it's not your fault at all.
Liu Yu shook her head.
I chose this myself, and I don't regret it.
She turned to look at Li Jian kneeling before her.
Jian, let go. This isn't what I wanted.
You. Li Jian reached toward her, but the soul began fading into golden particles. Don't go, please.
In the Steam Palace of Zhengyu. We'll meet again.
Liu Yu smiled faintly.
In the next life. At the right time.
The beloved woman's soul became golden light, disappearing with the other souls. Li Jian wept like a heartbroken young man. The machinery around him began exploding. The tower was collapsing. Everyone out now, Zhang Yi shouted. But Li Jian didn't move. He sat still amid the ruins. Li Jian, Feng Huang called. Come out. He shook his head.
I have nothing left. Let me go with this place. Feng Huang's amber eyes reflected the image of the young man in sorrow. She understood the heart-piercing pain, but Ling Xian pulled her arm back to awareness. Hey, we have to go. This place is collapsing. Everyone ran from the tower as it collapsed. Ling Xian turned back one last time, seeing Li Jian smile slightly before being suddenly buried by the debris. They escaped to the airship just in time. Yulin Tower completely collapsed. Dust clouds covered the glass desert frightfully. Feng Huang sat quietly by the window, watching the ruins below while Ling Xian walked over to sit beside her, immediately taking her hand. Are you okay? Feng Huang turned to look, tears still flowing. I don't know. I found my sister again, but had to lose her again. But she's free now. Ling Xian squeezed Feng Huang's hand tightly. And that's what she wanted. You freed your sister. Feng Huang rested her head on Ling Xian's shoulder.
Thank you for being by my side, Ling Xian.
I'll always be here, Feng Huang, Ling Xian whispered back. But the peace didn't last. Mei Lin ran in panic-stricken. Master Ling, there's a big problem. What happened? The engine. It's damaged. The explosion cracked the golden core. Our airship will definitely crash. Everyone was shocked. The airship began shaking and tilting. Ling Xian rushed to the engine room, finding the golden core that powered everything split in two, energy leaking out. I can't fix it, she shouted loudly. It's too damaged to repair. Probably from those birds and the explosion earlier. The airship began plummeting toward Earth. Everyone tried to find salvation, but there seemed to be no way. In that critical moment, Feng Huang stood up courageously, her jade armor glowing brilliantly like the queen of the Exarchal realm. I know how, she said simply but powerfully. What? Ling Xian asked immediately. Feng Huang removed her jade armor, revealing a beautiful emerald crystal embedded in her chest. This is the phoenix heart, she explained to her companions. It's the power source of the Tianfeng clan. It can replace the golden core. But if you remove it, Zhang Yi exclaimed in shock. Yes, I'll die.
Feng Huang smiled slightly, but filled with sorrow. But everyone will be saved. No, 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 no! Ling Xian screamed. There must be another way. Not this way. Feng Huang grasped Ling Xian's face, looking into her eyes gently. Ling Xian, I love you. From the first meeting. No, before that. I've been watching you for so long, admiring your intelligence and beautiful heart. Feng Huang. Ling Xian wept as the beautiful face of the dark-haired woman was touched by the beloved brave warrior before her, tears streaming down her face, knowing what was about to happen. Let me do this. The crimson woman immediately pressed a sweet, honey-deep kiss onto Ling Xian's lips with heavy devotion, a pledge of true love given to the genius inventor woman she loved with all her heart. Her beautiful tongue slipped into the gorgeous mouth of the black-haired woman, while her playful hands caressed Ling Xian's waist, trailing to her soft thighs and bottom, amid the intense emotions of love and farewell being born. Ling Xian's beautiful face, bathed in tears, received the final kiss of love passionately, as if savoring the last taste of the beloved phoenix completely. Soon both separated, gazing into each other's eyes. Feng Huang's voice spoke her chosen words, sacrificing above true love, for you, for everyone. Epilogue. Traces of love in dust and ashes. Ling Xian sat in her old workshop, now repaired. Zhengyu City had been restored after the disaster, but some things would never return to normal. On her desk lay the emerald crystal, Feng Huang's phoenix heart. It still glowed softly, pulsing like a living heartbeat. She recalled the final moment when Feng Huang removed the phoenix heart. Her body glowed like the sun. The phoenix heart's power not only helped the airship land safely, but also restored the barren land, transforming the harsh glass desert into fields of flowers. Feng Huang became golden light and vanished, but before departing, she whispered final words. We will meet again, in the next life, like we met in this one. I love you. A knock at the door sounded. Mei Lin entered with a letter. Master Ling, there's a letter from the Tianfeng clan archives. Ling Xian opened the letter. Inside was an ancient record written in Feng Huang's handwriting. To my beloved Ling Xian, if you're reading this, it means I've done what I had to do. I don't regret it, because meeting you was life's greatest joy. The Phoenix Heart isn't just a power source. It stores memories of every lifetime of the Tianfeng clan. And I have seen that we've met many times before. In every life, we fall in love. In every life, we must part. But in every life, we find each other again. This is our curse and blessing. Love you always, every life, every existence. Feng Huang. Ling Xian hugged the letter to her chest, clear tears dropping onto the paper. She looked out the window, glimpsing the setting sun at twilight. The blue sky turned flame red like phoenix feathers. She picked up the phoenix heart, pressing it against her chest, feeling the warmth and soft heartbeat within. We will meet again, she made her vow. I promise. Feng Huang, I promise. A breeze blew through the old window, carrying pink plum petals into the room. One landed on the letter. When Ling Xian picked it up, she saw words hidden on the back. Wait for me. Ling Xian smiled slightly through her tears of love. She knew that someday, whether in this life or the next, she would meet Feng Huang again with certainty. And when that time came, she swore she would never let go of her phoenix who stole her heart again. Until that day arrives, she would use the phoenix heart to continue Feng Huang's mission, protecting the world from darkness and waiting for the day when the phoenix would rise again. The sound of steam engines continued playing the song of the mechanical metropolis. But this time, in its rhythm, Ling Xian heard her beloved's heartbeat, still beating in another realm, waiting for their reunion. The gears of the flame phoenix continue to turn in the eternal cycle of love that never ends. Like a curse become blessing, or blessing become curse, of two hearts bound together for eternity. Author's notes. True love isn't measured by possession, but by sacrifice. Sometimes departure is the deepest love, and waiting is the strongest promise. In a world full of machines and mechanisms, the human heart remains the most complex and beautiful thing. Gears may stop turning, but love never stops. It will continue spinning in the cycle of lifetimes until two hearts meet again.
The end.
The eternal dance of love transcending time, where steam meets soul, and where two hearts destined to find each other across infinite lifetimes continue their cosmic waltz through the gears of fate.